everyone, welcome to Anna's Nail Advice, a series where you guys send me pictures of your troubled nails and I try to figure out what's going on with your nails and give you some advice on what to do to make them better. So today we are going to look at nails pictures that we received from Judith, and it's a bit of a progress. So initially she sent us picture April 9th and now it's June 17th, so it's 2 months, right? And her poor nails. This is her kind of, it's not a before and after, okay, yet obviously it's a progress. So I've been really kind of busy lately and I haven't had a chance to really do a lot of the Anna's Nail Advice, so sadly it's been 2 months for this person, and there was some progress. But let's look at the nails today, and there's, like I said, they're still not well. They're still not well. All right, so this is one thing. Let's look at her, what she says. Okay, so initially I got this information April 9th, and I hope you guys have patience, sit down, get comfortable, get a coffee or a drink or whatever, and spend some time with us. Okay, so April 9th. Below are photos of my nails after a builder gel application about 2.5 months ago. Due to one nail, middle finger, right hand, that always splits, actually, it's so funny, I have the same kind of split in the same finger. I was encouraged to use builder gel, seriously, to hold it together. I was only going to have it applied to the one nail, but the nail technician said it would be better to apply it to all my nails. It totally trashed my nails. Any of the shiny spots you see in the photos is the remaining gel, which I'm just letting wear off and grow out so they aren't damaged more by the removal process. My left thumbnail split and broke off, and it is separated from the nail bed. The hyponychium is hard and dry. I don't buff. I try to be very gentle with filing, cuticle care. I don't even use acetone remover. I wear gloves when cleaning and doing dishes, use oil, lotion, now carousel too. I use glass tools and what I consider healthy polishes that are infused with nutrients because, in my opinion, every little bit helps. Not really, but I mean, I understand where people are coming from, and I've even seen in some, I don't want to say professional literature, but from some serious people recommending nutrients in a nail polish, which doesn't make sense. The nails are dead, you can't nurture them. You can protect them. I mean, certain things are beneficial, but you cannot nurture them. My right hand is in worse shape than my left because I'm right-handed. I'm a fitness instructor, so I use my hands a lot to pick up weights, etc. I don't like leaving my nails undone because they are so unattractive. I use good quality base coat, polish, and top coat from reputable companies. My favorite are London Town Lacquer, Deborah Lipman, and Manicurist Green Flash. All right, so let's look at the pictures that she sent us back then. Okay, so here was the middle finger that's splitting. Okay, so here's the splitting nail. And I guess this is why she had the builder apply. And here, and I'll get to it, she's wondering why this nail is breaking, and this is why it's breaking. I like to always put everything together, kind of see how things fit. So the reason why this nail is breaking here is because this area here is normally splitting, and this is separated. So this is basically, yeah, splitting. That's why it has broken off like that. Here the nail was separated. Now it's still separated. Seems like it's growing out, but not that much. Okay, and looks like there is a progress with the thumb. So you see how separated it was, and you see the gel polish here. It's kind of lifting and popping off. Okay, so let's see what else she said. Okay, so on April 28th, she gave me a bit of an update. I have sent other pictures, but I wanted to show you and maybe your viewers what happened to my nails after using builder gel. So again, she explained that she had it in January. I was instructed to let it grow out if I didn't want to continue to use it. Interestingly, the nails that grew faster and or ones that the gel either chipped off or I was able to remove it are in much better condition than the nails that had the builder gel on them the longest, which are the thumbnails. Yes, and you know what? That happens very often. People are told that if they don't want the artificial product on their nails, to let it just grow out. And in some cases, and they see some nice pictures where everything has grown out. And it does happen. I've seen pictures where, you know, they have had gel polish or some kind of type of overlay for 2-3 months and it just beautifully grows out. But that's not the norm, I find, because what happens is as the nail is growing, it starts to lose the bond with the natural nail. And it starts to chip, it starts to lift, and it becomes a huge mess on majority of people, I find. Yes, some people are able to grow it out, which that would be ideal, but usually that's not the case. And I think what it is, it's that just like nail polish eventually chips, the nail, when it's absorbing the water, it expands. We're using our hands, and it's just, like I said, the bond is being lost, and people very often feel that just because they have enhancements on their nails, they can do a little bit more with their nails, but that's not the case. And then once the product breaks off, it creates more damage, creates more harm than good. Okay, so she said that she ordered Dazzle Dry and she's hopeful that it will help her to improve the condition of her nails. No. I mean, yes, Dazzle Dry is better, but I have to tell you, when there is separation from the nail plate, I feel that the best way of going about it is to remove any product from the nails, letting the nails grow out naturally. Because we don't know what happened, and very often reaction like yours is due to some kind of allergic reaction, usually. What happens is there usually in the past, allergic reactions were showing up as red skin around the nails, a little bit irritation, and then if that was not noticed, that people start getting little blisters, and then it was getting worse and worse. But now, and I don't know what it is, it's the maybe different ingredients in the product or something like that. What we are seeing nowadays is very often with the builder in the bottle product, builder in the bottle product, with the flexible gels, is that some people, for some reason, it lasts on them beautifully, and boom, all of a sudden they get major separation, and the nail almost like crumbles underneath. And it's not a fungal infection, because I know a lot of people that have everything checked, and it's not that. It's almost as if and that's, I guess, what happens is that the product somehow seeps so far into some of the ingredients into the nail, through the nail plate, into the nail bed, and the nail bed is trying to get rid of the nail, so it starts to separate the natural nail. And in that case, the best thing to do is to obviously just have the product removed and to keep the nails as short as possible. Obviously, I mean, onycholysis, what we see here, is not a disease, it's a condition. So usually I feel comfortable advising on that, but again, this is advice, and if anything gets worse, definitely go and see your dermatologist. But usually what I recommend is keeping the product off, because when you have this situation, and I actually had a very similar situation, well, kind of similar, on my thumb, and I know how annoying that is. And this was in a time where I was doing a lot of traveling, I was doing a lot of classes, and I had it on my right thumb where you could see it all the time. So for me, it happened because I picked off the gel, and the corner of the nail, I was just kind of playing with it, and it just got a lot of trauma, and that area separated. Obviously, I stopped picking it, but I covered it just so I thought it will grow out, but it just separated, and it was not growing out. And then I started getting bacteria underneath, which it was kind of like getting a little bit yellowish, which that is the indication of some kind of bacteria growth between the nail plate and the nail bed. And then it was starting to get green. So what I had to do is I had to remove the gel. And what I did, I just cut out that area. It looked super ugly. And then as the nail was growing out, it was reattaching itself as it was growing out, but a little bit out at a time. So I had to just keep cutting it out, because what happens is any type of coating will increase moisture level in the nail, or in between the nail and the nail plate as well. And that moisture is just not a very good environment for the healthy nail growth. Just too much moisture. The best situation, in my opinion, is to just remove it as much as you can and keep it dry. And this is how the nail will get better, in my experience, unfortunately. Let's just see what she just recently wrote. So she sent me some updated pictures, and she said these photos were taken today after removing polish and using cuticle remover. Okay, and you can see that, well, okay, so as I mentioned, I just maybe would try not to wear anything on your nails for a while and see what happens, because it doesn't look like you're making a great progress with the continuous use of nail polish. You still have some of the white spots, which the white spots are one thing, it's not too bad, but there's still that separation from the nail bed. So there's still that onycholysis happening, and that is concerning. So this nail is good, and I would actually keep these nails much shorter. You see this nail? There was quite a lot of free edge. I would just remove it so there was no pressure on the nail. And just keeping them shorter, and I know it's not probably the advice that you want to hear. See, this one looks a little bit separated, this one looks a little bit separated, this one is still separated. But you see, 2 months growth is not really that much. So if that whole nail was damaged, you don't have the undamaged nail growing out. So you have, this is like 2 months, well, like this much. So I still have hope that this nail is going to kind of keep itself together by itself. And I would definitely be very, very careful with any type of enhancements, because this looks like you just really had a reaction to the product. And usually what happens is that reaction is it's not going away, it gets worse with each application. Another thing that I'm seeing here, okay, so she says, I don't nip the proximal nail fold, only nip loose skin or a hangnail. And this is a common thing. People think that the proximal nail fold doesn't get loose. So if you don't push back that proximal nail fold, or you push it back very rarely, or like once every 2 weeks or something, that proximal nail fold, after you push it back, is going to look loose. So very often people snip it thinking that this is a cuticle. And very often I hear, oh, I don't snip the proximal nail fold. I just push everything back, and it's just, I clip the loose skin. But the proximal nail fold does look like a loose skin. So what I recommend is not pushing so far, and like we are doing the challenge, just very, very lightly, just so you don't have that big flap of skin, and using the carousel so that skin exfoliates a little bit. All right, so I took a photo of my thumb from the top angle so you can see how rough the nail bed is and how my nail appears to be separating from it. Yeah, so let's look at that thumbnail. Okay, here's the nail. Yep, so it's definitely separated. I would definitely keep it way, way shorter, and I would go to a dermatologist and see if they can do a scraping and just make sure that there is nothing going on, okay? Yeah, this just looks like onycholysis, but the thumb looks a little troubled. Yeah, so as I can see here, kind of going back to the proximal nail fold situation, I would suggest being more gentle, a little bit more gentle, and being maybe much more consistent, and trying to push that skin back very, very gently once a day, just so it doesn't have time to stretch like that. Yeah, I'm really curious how these nails would look after you had the product off for 2-3 days. If those white spots here, if they would disappear, because I think they would. Just give the nails a break from the product, honestly, and see how they are looking. And I know initially it's hard because they just look not the best, but I would shorten them. See, no free edge here, no free edge here. Just use a lot of oil, no free edge here, because you're putting a lot of pressure on that nail, and just gently take care of that proximal nail fold. Okay, so what I would recommend, Judith, is to enter our challenge. And we'll see maybe then how the nails are going to look a month from now, or how the skin around the nails and the nails are going to look a month from now. That would be very interesting. And, keep strong. The nails are not terrible looking, and I think after a few days with oil, they're gonna look much better. So keeping my fingers crossed, stay strong, and thank you so much guys for watching the video. We'll see you soon. Bye. Hey everyone, Professor Anna is here.
Oh, shish kabibble. Oh god.
Hey everyone.
Okay, where are you gonna be sitting?
Well, sometimes here and sometimes here.
Well, how about you stick in one spot, lady? You're making this hard. Trying to get this all sorted. Okay. Away we go. How about it?